Hello there, what's going on? My name is Basir Payenda, and this video revolves around creating this Glassmorphism card using only HTML and CSS. You can see that if I hover my mouse on that, it's going to slowly shift toward the top and serve as the title of the card, and then down below right here we have some dummy text. Alright, so this is what we're going to be building throughout the entire video, so bear with me till the end. Here at the left side, I already opened the HTML and CSS files, linked them both together and installed the CSS. There are a bunch of basic stylings just to get everything started. Okay, so I'm going to go into index.html, create the card. It's going to be basically a very simple div right here, P with the low-rim text right there. And then I'm going to also add another low-rim text here too. So this is going to be like this, and go back in here. This is already running in the live server, so this is how it's going to look. Okay, so I'm going to go to style the CSS and actually style this. So it's going to have a padding of 1.5 rem and 1 rem from top and bottom and left and right, and then also a font size. Let's decrease this to 0.9 rem here. Okay, and then also I'm going to add a background for that, linear gradient in this case, to the right side. And in here in the snippets you can see I have these two colors. I'm just going to copy that and paste it right here, and then also add a width for that. So I'm going to use clamp. Let's say the minimum width is going to be 20 rem. The ideal or the preferred width is 25 rem, and the maximum width of that could be like 30 rem in here. I'm going to also add a border radius for that. It's going to be 0.5 rem, so the corners are rounded. And if I just go back, you can see that I'm missing the color of the text. So if I just make it white, this is looking exactly as we are expecting. And the next step is that we need to create that overlay right here with the glass effect. So in order to add that, we can go back into here, into index.html. I'm not going to miss anymore creating another div right here called as an overlay and another h1. Obviously this is going to be very clear, but the way that I like to do is using the data attributes. Okay, so I'm going to call this as data title, and let's call this full stack developer. And that is it. Save it, and then go to style the CSS, and then down below right here, this is going to be the card, and then the before pseudo element, and then the content is going to be the attribute. Okay, so this attr, which stands for attributes, is going to refer to the attribute of the card right here. And if I go to index.html, you can see one of its attribute is data-title, which hold the title of the card. So that's what we're going to be adding it right here. And if I add that and see the demo, there it is. So it appeared right there. And then I'm going to go back right here and actually style this. Okay, so it's going to have a width of, before adding the width right here, I just realized that we need to first position this as absolute. So before that we need to position this one as relative, and then down below right here we need to position this as absolute. Okay, so the width of this is going to be calc 100% inherited width. We're going to decrease 1 rem from that, duplicate it down below, and it's going to be for the height. Okay, so if I just go back, well, nothing is changed because I haven't added the background color yet. So RGBA with the alpha, and the alpha is going to be 0.3, and that is it. Now we need to do two things. First of all, we need to position this entire div with this overlay in the center, and also position that text in the center as well. So I'm going to go all the way up until here, display this as flex, justify content to the center, align items to the center. Okay, and this is what we're going to be doing for the card before too. Okay, so down below right here, I'm going to paste it, and then if I just go back, you can see that it is center vertically and horizontally. Both of those are in the center. And now there is one more thing that is unexpected. You can see that these two paragraphs are in 2 columns, but actually what we want is that they should be into 1 column. So I'm going to use flex direction and set this to column. If I just go back there, or back into 1 column, and there's a little bit of a space between the P or the paragraph tag right there. So I'm going to also add a P, which is going to be a global styling, by the way, right now. So it's going to be 0.25 rem of margin. And now they should be close to each other, as you can see. All right, let's mess with the card before pseudo element. I'm going to also add a little bit of the font size for that. So it's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to call that 1.5 rem, and also text transform that to uppercase. Okay, I'm gonna also add a font weight for that, so it's gonna be like 900, and if I just go back, this is how it is gonna look. So we are very close to what we are looking for. You know that glassmorphism, it is basically a glass, it is transparent, and you can see the background as you can see right here. But in order to make this a little bit more clear, we're gonna blur it a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go back right here, and the way we can blur this is gonna be backdrop filter. I'm gonna use the blur method right here, 0.5 rem. And this 0.5 rem, it can be of any value of your choice. And if I go back, you can see this is how it's going to look. I also forgot that we need to add a little bit of border radius for that too. So let's add 0.5 rem, and that should be looking really good. All right, and now the next step is that we're going to add the hover effect. So when I hover my mouse on this, it's going to slowly shift toward the top, decreases height, and also decrease the font size of the text itself as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back right here and add that hover effect. So it's going to be the cart, hover, get the before pseudo element. I'm going to add a height of 25%. So it's going to go all the way from 100% minus 1 rem to 25%. From the top, it's going to be positioned as 0, and transform and translate y to negative 50%. That is it. And if I just go back and hover my mouse on that, this is how it's going to look. We also need to decrease its font size as well. So in this case, I'm going to go with 1.25 rem. Yeah, it looks better. And then right here, we also need to add a little bit of transition, which I forgot to add that. So I'm going to add it real quick. There it is, and go back. And if I hover on that, it's slowly shifting toward the top. It's looking really cool. And well, the way it's coming back to its original place, it's a little bit weird. And this is not exactly as I show you guys in the demo. You can see that both of those are really cool. And in here, I believe that's because of the flex box right here that we added. And if I just removed it from here, okay, so I'm gonna use the position top and lift in here in order to position that away, so that's in the center. Okay, I'm gonna call this 0.5 rem and also duplicate it down below, so it is 0.5 rem. That is it. So save it and go back, and now you can see this is what we were looking for. All right, there is one more thing. Let's say you want to, for example, change the space that's between this card and also this overlay. In that case, you have to go manually change 0.5 rem to another value and similarly mess with these two. And the way we can prevent that is just we can go all the way up until here. We can create a variable. Let's call that variable as a space, and I'm gonna set that to 1 rem for now. Okay, so that is it. And then for these two 0.5 rems, I'm just gonna get the another one too. I'm gonna use the call function right here and then get that variable, which is this space, and then divide this by 2. So basically this is gonna be the half of the space right there. And then right here again, I'm gonna use the variable with the space right there and go back. And then if I just hover on that, it's looking really nice. And going back right here, now we need to change only one line of code. This is good for maintenance. Now, let's say, for example, I want to change that to be 2 rem. And if I just go back, everything is set already. Okay, the spacing is awesome and everything. Yeah. So this looks really cool. I'm gonna go back with 1 rem or to 1.5 rem. Yeah, this is looking really nice. Alright everyone, so that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell notification for more such videos like this. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.